Roofus the dinosaur who thought he was a dog. In a lush, prehistoric valley filled with towering ferns, bubbling streams, and the distant calls of pterodactyls, there lived a dinosaur named Roofus. But Roofus wasn't like the other dinosaurs. While the Triceratops grazed on plants, the velociraptors hunted in packs, and the brachiosauruses munched on treetops, Roofus spent his days chasing his tail, digging holes, and wagging an imaginary tail. You see, Roofus was convinced he was a dog. It all started one fateful day when Roofus, a small but sturdy ankylosaurus, stumbled upon a pack of early mammals. Small, furry creatures that barked and yipped as they played near a watering hole. Roofus watched them with wide, curious eyes. They rolled around, fetched sticks, and wagged their tails with such joy that Roofus couldn't help but feel a pang of envy. "Why don't I have a tail to wag?" he thought. "Why don't I get to play like that?" From that day on, Roofus decided he was one of them. He practiced barking, which came out as a deep, rumbling roof, tried to wag his stubby ankylosaurus tail, which didn't move much, and even attempted to dig holes with his claws, which mostly just resulted in massive craters. The other dinosaurs didn't know what to make of him. "Roofus, you're a dinosaur, not a dog," said Trixie the Triceratops, shaking her head as Roofus bounded past her, chasing a butterfly. "You're supposed to eat plants and armor yourself against predators, not whatever it is you're doing." But Roofus didn't care. He was determined to live his best dog life. He even tried to befriend the mammals, but they scurried away whenever he approached, intimidated by his size and loud barks. Undeterred, Roofus kept practicing. He found a stick and taught himself to fetch, tossing it into the air with his mouth and then chasing after it. He even tried to mark his territory by rubbing his armored back against trees, much to the confusion of the other dinosaurs. One day, a pack of Allosauruses entered the valley, their sharp teeth glinting in the sunlight. The other dinosaurs immediately went on high alert, forming defensive groups and preparing for a fight. But not Roofus. He saw the Allosauruses and, thinking they were just big, scaly dogs, bounded over to them with a friendly "Roof! Roof!" The Allosauruses stopped in their tracks, confused. They had never seen a dinosaur behave like this before. Roofus wagged his imaginary tail and dropped a stick at their feet, inviting them to play. The lead Allosaurus, a fierce predator named Grim, tilted his head and stared at Roofus. Then, to everyone's surprise, Grim picked up the stick in his massive jaws and tossed it into the air. Roofus gleefully chased after it, bringing it back and dropping it at Grim's feet again. The other Allosauruses watched in stunned silence as Grim and Roofus played fetch for the next hour. By the end of it, Grim was so exhausted from the game that he decided to leave the valley without causing any trouble. The other dinosaurs cheered, realizing that Rufus's strange behavior had saved them all. From that day on, Roofus was celebrated as a hero. The dinosaurs didn't quite understand his obsession with being a dog, but they respected it. Roofus continued to bark, dig, and wag his imaginary tail, and even the mammals started to warm up to him, realizing he wasn't so scary after all. And so, Roofus the Ankylosaurus lived happily ever after, proving that it doesn't matter if you're a dinosaur, a dog, or something in between. What matters is being true to yourself. And maybe, just maybe, saving the day with a game of fetch. The end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.